Hi everyone, this class is dedicated to the most incredible humans on the planet, our mothers. And it was designed as a yoga therapy session for women who experience minor prolapse. So we are going to focus a lot on our pelvic region, increasing awareness around the pelvic floor muscles, creating a lift and learning how to stabilize the pelvic region, not allowing the pelvic organs to drop deeper down. So we will avoid postures such as squat or any deep type of squatting postures that will create a downward pressure and put women in higher risk for a deeper prolapse. Wide range of motion poses while standing also put women in risk for a deeper prolapse. So we're going to avoid all of that. We'll just move very slowly with awareness in the pelvic floor, slow deep breathing, creating a soothing experience for the nervous system and the body, and helping mom to relax. For the class, it will be best if you have a bolster and maybe a block or a strap, or if you don't have those, you can just gather a couple of big pillows and a blanket or a nice thick beach towel. And we'll begin in a nice restorative position, laying on the bolster. So if you set it in the back of your mat, the longer side like this, sitting right in front. And then go ahead and slowly lay back on the bolster. Bring the feet down, lift the hips, and find your sacrum to be fully rested on the bolster. So if you think the whole length of the spine should be supported to the base of the skull and to the sacrum region, with the feet down to the floor and the arms down by your sides. I want you to take a few deep breaths in and out. And beginning to relax the face, the jaw, the chest region. With the focus of the breath into the abdomen, and begin to relax the weight of the pelvis. Feel the support of the earth beneath your feet. Feel that connection to the soles of the feet, the arches, the toes. Let's take 5 more breaths here. With each exhale, relax even deeper into the earth. Feel your weight increasing, the weight of your bones increasing. The soft tissue becoming even softer and heavier. The skin relaxing, the joints relaxing. Last deep breath in, all the way out. Gentle movement through the fingers. Go ahead and slowly just wiggle your hips back down to the floor. And then we can You can wiggle the knees side to side, couple windshield wipers, or your head side to side, massaging back of the skull. We're gonna turn over to one side just for a moment, using one arm to push the floor away. Come up into your seat. Feel yourself a little more relaxed now. And go ahead and turn the bolster in the other direction, so it's across the mat. And this time, we're gonna sit behind the bolster, take the legs over, and we're gonna lift the hips and sit on top of the bolster. And then very slowly make your way down all the way onto your back. Relax the weight of the pelvis. Relax your belly, let the belly feel rounder and softer. Make sure there is no tension along the neck, the head, the shoulders. You can place your hands to your belly. And now we're going to visualize the beautiful prana, the air coming into the nose and touching all the way down the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, the beautiful white energy moves up from the pelvic floor and all the way out of the nose. So if the color white doesn't work for you in this visualization, you can choose whatever color suits you best at this time. I like to envision the prana as a white beam of light, but you may want to choose a beautiful blue color or red color. As you inhale, the beautiful beam of light comes in through the nostrils. The belly expands as the beam of light passes all the way down to the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is fully relaxed on the inhale, all the way to the bottom. And with the exhale, the beam of light moves up. The belly softens down towards the earth, and you expel the air all the way out of the nostrils. Last deep breath in and all the way out. Feel the belly falling down towards the earth. Bring your knees in towards the chest. Let the spine around, especially to the lower back. As soon as you bring the knees in towards the chest, you should feel your hips sink deeper into the bolster. And then from here, go ahead and lift the feet up. Grab the inner or the outer edges of the feet. Open the knees out to the sides for happy baby pose on the bolster. Good. You can visualize the pelvic floor now lifting in and up towards your abdomen, supporting fully your reproductive system, supporting fully your uterus. Stabilize it with your breath. If it feels good now, you can gently roll the pelvis side to side. Maybe extend one knee a little bit, couple degrees, just to help that rotation. And then if you want to stretch the legs up towards the sky or bring the legs closer to your chest for a deeper stretch through the back of the legs, you can do that for a moment. And then we'll slowly make our way out of this position. Bend the knees, step your feet down to the floor. So I think the easiest way is to lift the hips and just kind of push the bolster away from you until the hips can come back down to the floor. Breathe in and out. Push the bolster further away so the feet can come all the way down to the floor. Step your feet a little further apart towards the edges of the mat. And we're going to do a couple windshield wipers with your knees going side to side. And after you do that movement a couple of times, go ahead and hold it in. Maybe with your knees over to the right first or to the left, doesn't matter, just for an extra breath. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to the opposite side. Hold it in. Try relax deeper for another inhale. Exhale. Inhale through the center. Roll over to your right side into a fetal position. You can use your right arm like a pillow just to rest for a second. And then with minimum effort, slowly coming up and into all fours position, hands and knees. We're going to move the spine with couple cat and cows. Now, as we move the spine here, we won't focus so much on the spine movement, but in the actual movement in the pelvis. So the pelvis will be tilting back and forth as you arch and around the spine. And with that tilt, the energy will be moving to the pelvic bowl. And I want you to feel the pelvic floor muscles also working with that. So with the inhale, there will be a relaxation. And with the exhale, there will be a lift. Okay, so let's go ahead and focus on that. Neutral spine. Inhale, arch, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, draw the energy to the pelvic floor. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the belly button up, and bring the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Continue on your own for 3 more. Neutral spine. Maybe a little sway side to side or doing like a full hip circle here. Good. Next we're going to move into a supported Virasana position. You can use either a block or a pillow or a blanket. So from this position where you're sitting with your hips over your heels, you're going to open the feet and your hips will sink down to the floor. And this is not accessible to everyone, especially if the ankles and the knees are tight. That's why you're going to have a block underneath your pelvis, underneath your hips, a block or a blanket. Sometimes we need to raise that up a little higher, so if that's the case, then please do so. As long as there is no pain anywhere while holding the poses, we're going to be here for some time. So if you choose to be on a block or on a blanket, go ahead and set that up. And if you choose to have nothing underneath, and you feel comfortable here, that's okay. Wherever you are, bring your hands to your abdomen and bring your breath there. Visualize the beautiful breath coming in through the nose. The belly expands and the breath touches the earth through the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, there is a lift. The breath moves up through the pelvic floor, through the uterus, through the stomach, and out of the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Now, without you even moving your body, but just really exaggerating the breath and the movement of the energy, you should feel that your pelvis is micro-moving very slowly, just like it was moving in that all-fours position where we were arching and rounding the spine. Is that same movement. So go ahead and bring your hands to your hips, maybe just to kind of feel it and exaggerate that movement. As you round the spine, the pelvis tilt backwards and there is a lift of energy. And as you inhale, there is a forward tilt. The pelvic floor relaxes into the earth, the energy moves down. That's on the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. So now we're going to work with Mula Bandh, or the pelvic floor lock, where we're going to bring the energy right into the pelvic floor, or also Muladhara chakra and Svadhisthana chakra are getting purified and stimulated through Mula Bandh. We will activate Mula Bandh on the exhale, and with the inhale we're going to relax, and we're just going to work with this for about a minute, and there will be movement with pelvic tilts. Follow me. Inhale, tilt forward and relax. Exhale, tilt backwards, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, tilt forward, relax. Exhale, tilt backward, lift, squeeze the pelvic floor, so it's a strong lift. Inhale, forward and relax. Exhale, backward squeeze, Mula Bandh. Keep moving. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Center. Bring your hands back to your abdomen. Mula Bandh with Ashwini Mudra. We're going to hold that contraction, hold that lift to the pelvic floor while we hold the breath or the prana inside the organism. Follow me. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Swallow the breath in like you're swallowing water. Hold it in, kumbhak, retention of the breath. And then lift the perineum muscle up like you're preventing yourself from going to the bathroom. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Relax the perineum muscle. Inhale a little more air and then exhale, control. Very nice. Now we're going to add the activation, or we're going to do as many blinks as possible, as many contractions of the pelvic floor as possible while you hold your breath in. Let's go together. Maybe today you can do 10, maybe today you can do 20 or 50, and tomorrow you'll do a little more. So it's building that endurance of the pelvic floor muscle, building that lift and stabilizing the entire pelvic ball, not only with muscular contraction, but also learning how to use the prana that's everywhere within us and around us. The prana, the vital force, is there for us to use, keeps us alive. So let's connect to it. Inhale through the nose. Swallow in like you're swallowing water. Lift and squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. As many blinks as possible while you hold your breath in. Count them. And at any time, if you need to breathe, you're going to release the pelvic floor. You're going to sniff a bit more air. And then you're going to exhale, control. Beautiful. Release your hands down to the floor. Lift the hips. Come back into all fours position. Extend one leg at a time as you tuck the toes under. Stretch to the back heel. Stretch to the ankle. Stretch to the back of the knee. This feels really good for the legs. And then also what I really enjoy is simply coming up into down dog position. It stretches the legs, the spine. And you can engage Uddiyana Bandha here as you move the navel back towards the spine. Maybe just for a breath or two. And then we're going to lower the knees back down to the floor. And this time we're going to take the right knee forward, cross it in front of the left. Right knee in front of the left. Open the feet out to the sides as much as possible. And bring your sit bones down to the floor for Gomukhasana position. Now, if this is not accessible to you, you can again sit up on a blanket or on a block. We're going to add the arms and we're going to hold for 5 breaths. The right arm is going to come up and behind your back, and the left arm is going to come from underneath. And then if you cannot clasp your fingers here, you can hold your strap or belt, whatever you have, with your right hand. Just let it dangle down behind your back. Find it with your left hand. Walk your hands close to one another. And 5 deep breaths. Once again, with that same awareness of the breath traveling into the earth. The pelvic floor relaxing, and with the exhale, the energy moving through the earth and up. For the last couple of breaths, if you want to fold forward, forehead to the knee. Last deep breath in. And out. If you're folded in, slowly bring the spine back up. Release the arms first gently. And then we're just going to lean forward, back onto the knees. And uncross the legs. And you can stretch one leg behind you like we did earlier. Or you can come back up into down dog for a breath or two. And then when ready, we're going to move into the second side. The left knee will slide forward and cross in front of the right. Open the feet out to the sides. And then very slowly lower back down to the floor. This time the left arm will come up and behind the back. The right arm comes from underneath. See if you need to use your strap. Settle in. Find your breath. And for the last couple of breaths, if you want to fold forward. Last deep inhale. Exhale out. If you fold it in, slowly rise up. First release the arms. And then once again, we're gonna lean forward, bring the hands in front, uncross the legs. And then you can stretch one leg behind at a time, or you can come back up into down dog. Or if you need a little more movement, you can take your hips into circle or do couple cutting cows, always with the awareness of the pelvic floor. And whenever you're done moving, we're going to come into child's pose. So you're going to open the knees just a little wider, bring your big toes to touch. Sink your hips down towards your heels, extend the arms forward, and then bow the head to the earth. 5 deep belly breaths. And for the last breath, if you want to move your head side to side, massaging the forehead. And then slowly rising up through tabletop. And then we're going to go ahead and turn around, sit down. So for this next posture, it's great if you have a wall to use. And I'm going to use this wall right here. We're going to do half shoulder stand. So we are going to come up into inversion. So inversions are great to do for prolapse. You can do restorative inversions, such as the one that we did in the very beginning with the bolster beneath the hips. This one is a little more active, so there will be a little more core engagement, but we won't go that far up into a full shoulder stand, just about halfway. I'm going to show you without the wall what your back should look like, and then I'll show you how it's done on the wall. So from here, as you bring the knees in towards the chest, you lift the hips, and this is half shoulder stand. So my hips are not over my shoulders, they're just about here, and maybe the knees can come in if that's easier, but with the knees straight there is a little more engagement. Maybe point the toes and breathe slowly. Now, obviously, with the wall will be easier. So if you bring your hips to the wall and your feet up, you bring the hips up, you can use your feet to the wall for support, and you can be right here for 6 breaths. Let's get to the wall. Slow breathing, 6. Engage Mula Bandh, lift the perineum. 5. Engage Uddiyana Bandh, pull the navel back. 4. Steady breathing. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly release your hips all the way down. And return back to your mat. Breathe in and out. Do couple windshield wipers. We're going to meet up in a seated position. So first we're going to practice Dandasana. So even though it looks like we're just sitting up here, there is a lot of engagement. The muscles in the legs are working. So the ankles are dorsiflexed with the toes up towards your face. The knees are straight to whatever degree you can, so the quads are really working. And then the navel is pushed back, so Uddiyana Bandha is engaged. The energy is lifted up through Mula Bandha, so there is a constant contraction. You're constantly holding it. Your arms down by your sides with the palms pressing into the earth. And the spine lifting up, crown of the head towards the sky. Gaze at your big toe. 6. Ujjayi Pranayama. 5. Constricting the back of the throat. 4. 3. 2. 1. Release. Janushirasana, or seated forehead to knee pose. Bend the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot kissing the upper inner thigh. Close the hips so they're square to the front. If you want to use your strap, you can strap that foot because we're going to be folding forward. We're going to use Mahabandha, or the 3 locks together at the same time. That's Jalandhar Bandha, throat lock, Uddiyana Bandha, navel lock, and Mula Bandha, pelvic lock. We're going to hold the breath after we exhale. Let's go together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale through the mouth, empty the lungs out. Pull the navel back and up, lift the perineum, chin down towards the chest, forehead to the knee. Hold the breath out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release the chin, release the belly, release the pelvic floor. Lift up, exhale, arms down by your sides. Breathe in and breathe out. Very powerful to practice Mahabandha, as we're sealing the whole organism and keeping the prana within. Let's do this one more time on this side and see if you can hold a little longer on your own. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open the mouth out, empty the lungs out. Pull the navel back. Chin down. Lift the perineum, fold forward. Release, inhale, coming up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Release the legs. Give them a little shaking. Other side. Same thing. Hips are square to the front. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open mouth. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, Jalandhar Bandha, folding forward. Release, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, empty the lungs out through the mouth. Engage Mahabandha. Release, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Shake out the legs. Let's twist the body a little bit. Stretch your legs out in front of you and open them a little further apart. Take your right arm behind you, cross the symmetry line of the body, walk it back, back, back until the elbow can come down to the floor. Left arm comes around. Aim the forehead for the earth. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Stretch the spine. Exhale, left arm behind you, cross the symmetry line, walk it back until the elbow can come down to the floor. Reach the right arm around, forehead for the earth, toes for the sky. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Very nice. That was our practice, but we're going to finish with a nice Viparita Karani or legs up the wall pose. It's great to use a bolster or a blanket if you have one. Put it right next to the wall. Sit your hips down by the bolster. Lay down on the back, lift the hips on the bolster, situate them close to the wall, and then relax your legs at the wall. Open the arms out to the sides, relax fully. Let the weight of your pelvis sink deep into the bolster and deep into the earth. Your pelvic floor is directly connected to your neck and your jaw. So on your next exhale, I want you to open the jaw, open the mouth, and make a releasing sound. And then return to normal breathing. Just be the witness. Try not to control anything. Just be. Without moving your body, just move the awareness to the center of the eyebrows. The yogis refer to it as the Chidakash. Chida is mind, Akash is space. Look into your mind space and mentally chant Om 3 times now. Then pull the awareness back into your body. Take a little deeper breath in. welcome to break the stillness. Move your toes, move your fingers. If you want to pull your knees in towards the chest again. And gently roll over to your right side of the bolster into fetal. Maybe take an extra moment just to rest there. And then we're going to close the practice together. So take a moment to sit up with your eyes closed. Bring your hands to a prayer in front of the heart center. And recognize that self-care, taking time to nourish yourself, as equals the importance of taking care of others. It's so important to take care of ourselves first as mothers, so we can care for our children, our husbands, our families. Then bow the head down towards the Lord in your heart. Namaste.